Go ahead.
Thank you. First on crime, as shootings spike in Chicago, the superintendent of police there is blaming courts for releasing attempted murderers on electronic surveillance. Does the president agree with the superintendent, who was just here earlier this month, that ankle bracelets do not cut down on attempted murder?
I have to tell you, I have not seen these comments or looked at the full context of them. I'm happy to do that after the briefing. I think we know from seeing broadly the rising crime, the rising gun violence across the country, including in cities like Chicago, that there needs to be greater assistance, greater efforts to make sure guns don't get in the hands of criminals who could do harm, and more assistance to local police forces and community policing programs as well. The president doesn't just use that as rhetoric, he delivers it with action.
And I know he's in discussions or aware of discussions about reforming the police generally. We've got cops now saying that the courts are too soft. Some progressives, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, are saying the courts are too strict. So what does the president think?
Well, the president, I don't think it's a secret that the president disagrees at times with the congresswoman about some aspects of policing. He believes we need to reform our prison system to keep our communities safe while addressing mass incarceration and by diverting nonviolent drug offenders and taking other steps that will improve rehabilitation and reduce recidivism. But he also believes, let's be clear, if you commit a violent crime and are found guilty and pose a threat to society, you should serve that time. And when you get out, you should have the support you need to successfully re-enter society. That's his view.
And then on the CDC guidance, why did the president say, if you've been fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask? Let me repeat, if you are fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask, if it was possible that that was going to turn out not to be true.
Well, Peter, I think we're all dealing with an evolving virus where there's no playbook and no historic precedent. And what the American people should feel confident in is that we are going to continue to be guided by science, look at public health data in order to provide new guidance if it's needed to save lives, protect the American people. When he made those comments back in May, we were dealing with a very different strain of the virus than we are today. And Delta is more transmissible. It's spreading much more quickly. It was nearly non-existent in the United States back in May.
And so my last one would be, you guys have been saying this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. If that is coming from the CDC, is the president satisfied with the leadership at the CDC right now?
The president is satisfied with the fact that they are continuing to look at public health data and provide public health guidance to the American public about how they can protect their lives and the lives of loved ones around them.
And if it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated still, then why do vaccinated people need to put the masks back on?
Well, Peter, first of all, I would say again, just to go back to this chart, which I will handily point to again, if you were vaccinated, it can save your life. And I think the clear data shows that this pandemic is killing, is hospitalizing, is making people very sick who are not vaccinated. That still continues to be the case, regardless of what the mask guidance looks like.
The vaccines work, which this sign says that they do. Then why do people who have had the vaccine need to now wear masks, the same as people who have not had it?
Because the public health leaders in our administration have made the determination based on data that that is a way to make sure they're protected, their loved ones are protected, and that's an extra step given the transmissibility of the virus that they're advising people to take.